official introduction.
In association with Bally's Park Place Casino Hotel and Budweiser, the undisputed king of beers presents Main Event Neighborhood War. 12 rounds for the vacant WBU Super Middleweight Championship of the world. Ring officials assigned by the World Boxing Union, President John Robinson, Chairman and Supervisor Ed Levine. Your judges at ringside are from Miami, Florida, Rocky Young, from Plainfield, New Jersey, Eugene Grant, and from Lawnside, New Jersey, John Stewart. Your referee for this event from Linden, New Jersey, the tough but fair-minded Tony Orlando. Introducing now the principals first in the red corner to my right, wearing the Israeli colors, white with blue trim, weighing in at 162 pounds. He is undefeated in 28 professional bouts. He has 21 knockouts. He hails from Malden, Massachusetts, the current WBU middleweight champion of the world, Dangerous Dana Rosenblatt. His opponent, wearing the colores italiano, red, white, and green. He weighs in at 164¼ pounds. His professional record, 40 victories, 6 defeats. He has 27 knockouts to his credit. He hails from Providence, Rhode Island, the former 3-time champion of the world, the Pazmanian devil, Vinny Pazienza. 12 rounds for the super middleweight championship of the WBU in the world.
And so, folks, Tony Orlando will talk to the fighters.
Okay, gentlemen, you received your instructions. Therefore, I expect a clean, professional fight. Okay, test one for back to corner.
Vinny Pazienza, of all the titles he's won, he also has failed in trying to win in 5 other world title fights. Here we go. First round, scheduled for 12.
You notice right off the bat, Rosenblatt is a southpaw.
Rosenblatt in the white trunks, and Pazienza in the colorful trunks, now dancing around the ring. He's tough, he's strong, physically very strong.
Rosenblatt working that jab right off the bat.
This will be a true test for young Rosenblatt, who has not been in the ring with anybody the likes of Vinny Pazienza. And he lands a good left.
Well, Rosenblatt doesn't look scared. He's just got to use that right jab, keep it in Vinny's face. Vinny's got to run around and see what this kid's got.
Pazienza has been in so many great fights over the years. I recall a fight right here in Convention Hall against Hector Camacho.
Vinny's landing some rights, and Rosenblatt telling him to come on. Good short left, straight left by Rosenblatt. Oh, and a nice right hand.
Is that a slip? That's a slip. No knockdown.
And then he belted Rosenblatt. Crowds on his feet all around us.
You know, the big factor here is intimidation.
You know, I thought he went down. I thought I saw a punch. I can't wait to see the replay on that one. I thought Rosenblatt caught him with a short left, just like there. As Vinny rushes in, Rosenblatt's throwing a lead left.
Rosenblatt keeping his cool the best he can. There's a good left hand from Rosenblatt.
And Vinny started sticking his tongue out at Roy Jones, and we know what happened there.
There's a left hand from Rosenblatt again, and he rocked him a little bit. Definitely rocked Vinny on his heels. So far, Rosenblatt showing.
And Vinny's left eye. I'm sorry, Dick. Vinny's left eye is swelling up.
Oh, I see blood coming from Vinny's nose. That's round one.
Good first round. I thought Rosenblatt scored a knockdown. I want to see a replay on that one.
Go right through it like that.
I got you. Vinny, you gotta be a little more. You gotta punch back. You gotta not throw.
Okay.
You're not throwing.
Watch straight right. I'm thinking the early when he started with a straight right when he came in, and there's Vinny, no class on this move, hitting Rosenblatt as he walked away. That's a knockdown. I don't know why the referee waved that off.
Well, you were right on top of that call. Here's round two.
Right call, wrong punch.
Scheduled for 12 World Championship World Boxing Union Super Middleweight Championship fight.
Rosenblatt is too strong for Vinny. Vinny's right, his left eye is not going to last a distance like this. He's got to get inside. Rosenblatt just has to stay calm, work that right jab, and shoot the straight left. Vinny's got to gamble a little more now.
As a matter of fact, Vinny's left eye is very, very swollen.
I mean, it's turning black underneath the eye. Rosenblatt's hard puncher.
Well, that means there's a lot of capillary hemorrhaging under the skin.
More blood from Vinny's nose.
Well, his nose has been broken so many times. You know, you have to give it to Vinny. 1991, 92, car accident, broken neck, came back. Very tenacious. But right now he has blood from the nose and a badly swollen left eye. And Rosenblatt showing great poise, not intimidated from all the noise.
If Rosenblatt gets a chance to tee off on Vinny, this fight is over because Vinny's hands are too low. He has a lot of upper body movement, but no foot movement.
Rosenblatt is a flat-footed boxer, has quite a spread in his stance.
Yeah.
And he just methodically sets himself and waits to counterpunch.
And he looks quick enough just to get out of the way of Vinny's bull rushes.
And he is landing punches on Pazienza's face with 1 minute remaining in round two. All the fights so far tonight have gone the distance. Remains to be seen whether this one will.
I can't believe that Vinny's face is going to hold up under these punches of Rosenblatt. They're heavy punches.
There was a time when Vinny was hitting and moving. And it worked for him. Now he's gone back to pretty much the old I'll come right at you style.
Rosenblatt very focused. As a sledgehammer-like right jab. Real heavy. You can hit punches down here.
Left hook to Pazienza's midsection. And this round is coming to an end.
Don't slide back. Slide back like this. Shoulder up. Don't slide back up in the air. Take a deep breath.
Don't stay too long in one position. You do anything, if you're a little
Rosenblatt, the aggressor in this fight.
Take a shot move and then get off first from your next angle.
Good, powerful right jabs. Watch the shot to the body, though. He takes what's there. Smart little move by Rosenblatt. He moved, ducked, and then crouched down through that left jab. That left hook to the belly. I should say. Good body shot by Rosenblatt.
Round three. I'm impressed with this kid, Tony.
Me too.
He really, I mean, with all the noise and the craziness going on in Vinny's corner, and Vinny himself, the kid is maintained. Oh, Vinny walked into a right hand. He got stung.
And he slips and goes down.
Vinny is wound up so tight, he may spiral right out of the ring.
But Rosenblatt remains calm. Short, straight punches. He's going to drop Vinny if Vinny keeps talking to him with his hands down.
Well, you had the phrase when you said moments ago, he takes what he can get.
Yeah.
Rosenblatt. You know, he'll take whatever opening is given to him and score. He just landed a solid left to Pazienza.
And I like the way he throws his punches. Doesn't waste a lot of motion. Doesn't get out of position.
Got him with a right hand. Vinny starting to perform. What he needs to do is box. Needs to box.
Here's where Vinny can get hurt. He's going to get hurt playing around with a kid who can punch.
A kid who can score, too. Rosenblatt is not wasting any punches.
Not at all.
He's very frugal. What he throws usually lands. Watching very intently, watching Pazienza, and trying to stay away from the roughhouse, brawling, wrestling style that Pazienza would like to get him into. 1 minute remaining in round three, scheduled for 12, this World Championship fight. Here on Top Rank International.
Some fighters have mean eyes when they go after a fighter. Rosenblatt looks like he's enjoying himself.
You know, this kid may have not fought anybody notable, and he might have fought most of his fights in Massachusetts and Connecticut. This has got to be the biggest crowd he's ever fought in front of.
Great left hand.
But he is doing a job. "15 seconds remaining in round three."
He's keeping his calm. Rosenblatt's in total control right now. Vinny's got to try something.
Well, you know what it is? Vinny can't focus enough to throw a punch.
You got to punch back when you make a miss. You're not punching back when you make a miss. If you don't do that, ain't nothing going to happen, Vin. You understand that, right? Ain't nothing going to happen if you don't do that. You got to punch back. You got to punch back. You got to punch back. You got to move after you punch. You got to move after you punch. You got to go side to side.
This is not where Pazienza should remain. This is where Rosenblatt can just tee off. Vinny's going to play. Rosenblatt's going to just stick to his game plan and look to shoot that right jab. Come back with shots to the body. That was right down the pipe.
Left hand.
You know, you don't get any points for smiling. I think that says it all. It's all Rosenblatt right now.
Round 4.
There's that sledgehammer right jab. 1, 2. And you can see he's trying to set up the left right down the middle.
Vinny just wound up so tight that I don't know how he can launch a meaningful series of punches.
He's not following his game plan. He's all wound up, like you said. Kevin Rooney said you can't box him from the outside. I thought that's how you did box somebody, but Vinny's not a boxer. He's got to get inside.
Rosenblatt fighting a very controlled, sensible fight.
Vinny wastes a lot of energy by jumping around.
A lot of wild punches. I don't think he's had a meaningful combination yet.
I don't think he's got, forget about respect, I don't think he's got Rosenblatt's attention. Rosenblatt's just concentrating on his game plan. Throw those heavy jabs.
Well, Rosenblatt is very intently focused, just waiting, as you said earlier, waiting for what he can get in that instantaneous opening that he sees. He scores. There you go.
Vinny's got to do more head movement. He just can't stand in front of Rosenblatt.
I've seen Pazienza fight a lot.
Oh!
Right hand, and Rosenblatt is down.
Unbelievable. That came from Rhode Island.
There we go.
The referee should stop it. That's enough. That's enough. It's all over.
That's it.
Oh, down goes the referee. Down goes the referee.
Vinny, not only, and people are throwing stuff.
Ice is flying into the ring.
Rosenblatt is hurt. He is still out on his feet. Pazienza went crazy.
Vinny threw a right hand, an overhand right that must have come down I-95 from Rhode Island. Dropped Dana Rosenblatt. Never saw that punch coming. He got up, was not in the fight, took a tremendous beating from Vinny Pazienza. When the referee, Tony Orlando, stopped it, Vinny kept throwing punches, trying to hit. And Rosenblatt knocked the referee down.
In fact, Orlando took a pretty good overhand right.
He got up to take a shot.
And then stuff started raining down. But the security here has done a great job.
We know, Dick, I think we're both guilty. We were so impressed with Dana Rosenblatt. We were giving him the belt, getting ready to go home. Vinny's not going to last. His left eye is closing. And talk about a home run punch out of right field.
It's one of those proverbial one-shot home run punches.
He wound
right
up
on the chin.
Caught the kid. He didn't have his hands up. He went down. His head hit the ropes. He got up. He just wasn't in the fight.
The thing is, Tony, he was throwing so many wild punches. It was like a windmill.
And you know, it's not like we were saying, well, Dana's got to be careful because those things might get close. That punch never existed before it landed.
I mean, Vinny was a windmill. And one punch.
You said it best. A couple of seconds earlier, he'd have thrown that punch. He would have went face first into the canvas. He would have missed.
Well, there he is at 33 years of age. 14 years in the business.
Now here's where Vinny winds up with this right hand. Talk about overhand right. Boom. I mean, he was out before he hit the canvas. What a shot by Vinny Pazienza. Oh, I'm impressed. Here it comes again. He just wound up, threw that from the shoulder, right on the chin. Vinny stood there just admiring his work. Watch where it comes from. He cocked it right on the button.
Goodness.
Great TV work.
Well,
Dana doesn't know what hit him.
Dana Rosenblatt has suffered his first loss.
And that eye was swollen from the first round on.
And Vinny Pazienza picks up another world title. His third. He becomes the WBU super middleweight champion. Previously the IBF lightweight and the WBA junior middleweight. Here we go again.
Now here's where Vinny just opened up. This is where Vinny is his most dangerous. Just tenacity. Watch when he gets in the corner. That's it right there. The fight's over. Rosenblatt's just out of there. But here's where Vinny did something bad. The referee's in between him. That's the second punch he threw. He hit the ref and he hit Dana with the same punch. I wouldn't be surprised if he's fined for that. Got him in the corner. This is where it's dangerous. Referee's got to get in there and grab Vinny. There's one punch. And there's a double knock. There's a knockdown on the referee.
And then the commissioner from
Larry Hazard in a loud shirt gets up there, pulls him aside.
He came in and stepped on Orlando.
Now look at the eyes of Dana Rosenblatt. He's not there. Punches are landing. All Vinny. Rosenblatt, inexperienced, doesn't grab Vinny because he's out of it. Left hook does the damage. Right just ends it right there.
But I think Orlando moved too slow on that.
He should have wrapped Vinny around. You have to anticipate. He's high-strung. You grab him. You'd rather have him throw you down instead of trying to throw another punch, because he twice wound up to throw punches at Dana Rosenblatt, and that's illegal. But a heck of a performance by Vinny Pazienza.
Vinny Pazienza has picked up another world title, and we'll have the official time.
The time, 2 minutes, 13 seconds of the fourth round. The winner by technical knockout, the Pazmanian Devil, Vinny Pazienza. Pazienza.
Oh my, am I shocked. It wasn't even a hint that was going to happen.
I have not seen a home run punch like that in years.
No.
And there will be an interview, folks, up there in the chaotic ring, but I have to say the officials have done a good job. Here's Dave Bontempo.
You've got the heart of a warrior, the big right hand. How did you find it here tonight?
Well, you know, I started out slow because once again they made me come out late, and I was prepared to come out a little earlier. Rosenblatt started out fast, caught me with some shots. I knew it was going to be a tough fight. I knew, though, after I came back to the corner, the round before I knocked him out, I said, Kevin, I'm going to knock this kid out. I can knock him out. He was hitting me, coming a couple shots. I started out slow. They did it to me again with the timing. I expected to go on at 11.
Did you think you were able to lure him into a war finally, which was good for you?
Well, I knew. Look, if I had to box a guy, I'd have to box him. I had to bang him out. I knew I had to go for the knockout. I went for it, and I got it. I want to thank everybody. You know, these people put me down real bad. They underestimate my skills, and that aggravated me a lot, and I wanted to do what I did to him. He's a nice kid, not a bad kid at all, but
okay,
me going, that's all.
Let's take a look at that first knockdown here, Vinny, as Dana Rosenblatt comes over. A move of class here as Dana Rosenblatt comes over to congratulate Vinny Pazienza. Vin, take a look at the monitor. Tell us what's going on here. The first knockdown, how you set it up.
I missed it.
There you go.
You know, I knew the round before this. I told Kevin, I said, Kevin, I'm going to knock this kid out. And, you know, I just caught him with an overhand right. I practiced that in the gym. Jimbo was telling me to throw the overhand right. Kevin was telling me to throw it straight. When I was throwing it straight, it set up for the overhand right.
You never let a guy off the hook either.
Hell no. He talked too much, and he made me annihilate him like that. You know, I can punch. I can finish people off. They get hurt. I told him, this guy, back to the good old days. The legs go like spaghetti. I get all over him like the sauce. I want to thank my fans. You've been great to me. I love you. You know, they made this a nationality fight. No, that's not my style. I got fans from all walks of life. I love you all.
What about this incident here with Tony Orlando? What happened there? You got a piece of him.
I wanted to knock everybody out. Tony got in the way. I love Tony. Tony getting away, he's going to get some too. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I get excited. You know, you have a couple of cups of cappuccino, Dave, you get going too.
What do you think will happen? What will this elevate you to now, Vinny?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm enjoying my life. I had the greatest fans in the world. I've been all around the country. I'm taking another world title back to Rhode Island, back to Boston, down to Florida, right down to L.A. The people have been great to me, and I love it. I took this fight because Bob Arum's a promoter. He promoted the kid. Leave it alone. Bob Arum's a promoter. He promoted the kid. Bob's a good guy, but he's a rat bastard because he talked about me before I fought Roy Jones. And I said, okay, Bob, give me your young, undefeated Jewish guy that you're trying to make out to be Rocky Marciano. I haven't fought in a year. I lost one fight in the last 6 years. Now I came back after a year off, fought this young, undefeated kid. You know, they tried to tell me, paper from my hometown, tried to tell me that the war was over. The war is not over. Life is a battle every day. The war's only over when you quit, and I don't quit.
Well, this was shades of Melvin Paul tonight, so thanks, Vinny.
Hey, let's
take it over to Sam now.
Listen, guys, the Little Leagues.
Well, there you have it. Some rather pointed remarks at Bob Arum.
The Dana and Rosenblatt people over here look like they're in the cast of Night of the Living Dead. They're just stunned, all of them.
The interesting thing was when Vinny said, I came out slow.
Yeah. Yes, you did, Vin.
And Rosenblatt came out fast. I don't know. Was I seeing a different fight? Here's the end again.
Look at the expression on Vinny's face. I mean, he's talk about in a zone. I think it would have taken a whole army to hold him back at this point.
Well, it's a good thing he said he loves Tony Orlando.
Ain't to see if he hated him.
Oh, my goodness, folks. Well, in his 14th year as a professional fighter, and I remember being part of a broadcast team that did his first pro fight from here in Atlantic City in 1983. There it is again.
I mean, does he become icon status with a fight like this? He pulls that out of nowhere.
You know, I'll tell you, for a moment here, there was maybe 10 seconds when things could have gotten really bad, but the security people did a great job.
Yes, I had enough of that. I was at the Garden. I had enough of that.
Let's go up to talk with Mr. Rosenblatt.
Thank you, Sam. Dana, you were waging a beautiful fight up to that. What happened, do you think?
Boy, you know, I tell you, I don't know. All of a sudden, you know, he caught me with a good shot, and you know, then the lights kind of went out. But you know, I felt like I was beating him to the punch. I was hitting him with a lot of jabs, and there was really nothing he could do about it. But you know, he was moving. He was using a lot of movement, and you know, evading a lot of punches, and he fought a good fight.
You had to be happy with how this was setting up for you stylistically. You on the outside, you were using your jab and settling in here.
Well, I was happy the way it was going, but you know, Vinny was able to do a lot of things to frustrate me, and you know, absolutely no excuses. I was well trained, and you know, I came to this fight 100%.
Did you sense that you might be able to win this by closing his eye?
Well, I actually thought it was verging in that direction, you know, whereas the eye was closing so bad, you know, and I was landing a jab repeatedly, but you know, he was able to weather the storm, and for that I give him credit.
Yeah, you give him credit. It was a jabbing show for you tonight. The body shots, because of his movement, which is very good for you, hadn't really come into play as much so far.
No, really they didn't, because he was a shorter guy, and I was trying to hit him with the longer shots and utilize the jab, which I thought I did effectively.
Okay, Dana, thank you for stopping by. Excellent fight.
Okay, guys.